I felt like what was giving me wet dreams a lot was getting brain fog, right? So yeah, so just to recap, like I know these videos are like just popping up and it seems like I'm all over the place. Like so yeah, I do my seventh day and then it's like months go by and then I have that I kind of relapse. I kind of did relapse, like, but it wasn't really on some like, oh, I want to come, like, bring the come. But yeah, like, I did it on an accident, so I would say that that wasn't really a relapse because I was like learning from it. I didn't know you couldn't just like lay on your stomach and lust over women because you'll start coming instantly. Because it's kind of like you're like having sex a little bit. You're just like getting creative with your thoughts. So yeah, and then a couple months go by, and then I eventually turn into this thing where I can get through 7 days easily. And then like now I'm just like I'm this like 22-day streaker. That's what I am right now. Right now I'm on like day 11, I think. So yeah, I'm on so this 22-day streaker, and like I keep on fucking up, doing my best to get past this 22-day streak. Once I got past 22 days, I was like, and that was my longest streak. I was just like, all right, now I'm just gonna like go for 30 days. Like I just kept going for 30 days, but now I'm just kind of going for 22 days. I am going for 30 days, but like I don't know. I'm going for like however many days I can go, but like yeah, one thing that was really messing me up a lot, like I don't know, I just thought like since I went to 22 days I thought I was the shit, but I was getting lower days. Like when I was like fruitarian, I was like I was eating freaking I was eating a lot of fruit and I ate vegetables sometimes too, but I don't exactly know exactly how I was eating and how I was living when I got to 22 days, but I don't know, something weird, but yeah, so now I'm like now it's like it's a struggle for me to even get past 4 days. And another thing was that I don't know, like I feel like doing little things makes it like I have wet dreams. Like like if I don't eat enough fruit, like I'll be less confident when I go to sleep. Like and I feel like I'll just like roll over or something. Like I have this feeling like if I don't get all of my nutrients, at least 95% of each nutrient except for omega 6, like I'll when I go to sleep, I'll feel really weak and I'll just want to like roll over onto my stomach and like kind of roll over onto my stomach like how um was thinking about having sex with that girl and I nutted while I was awake on accident. Like, I kind of want to do that. Like, it's like this thing where my spine, while I'm wanting to go to sleep, my spine just hurts and it's like telling me, like, but yeah, like to roll over. But when I get all my nutrients and I eat enough fruits and vegetables, like, that feeling is not there. Like, I can just lay there and feel relaxed and I can actually go to sleep if I'm tired once I get tired. If I'm not tired, it's really like agonizing or whatever. So yeah. So another thing that yeah that I want to touch on is what it was making me have a lot of wet dreams was me not eating enough fruit, like and not eating enough vegetables. Like some days I would forget to eat vegetables and I would feel like I'd have a wet dream. That I did have a wet dream, but like yeah, so I don't really know. I know I'm gonna mess up probably again. Or I'll just have to like I don't know, like experiment on my 30th day, make something new. Cause right now all that I ever do is eat carrots for my vegetables. I know this is what works for me, and I'm very skeptical of going over the line to like see what else works because I don't really know, and I don't want to go asking other people because I know there isn't a lot of like yeah, there probably is in like the Hinduism books or whatever the hell there's a lot of religions that practice semen retention, but yeah, like what works for me is well, I don't even really know the fruit aspect of it. I know the vegetable part of it. What works for me is every single day. I do not miss a fucking day. I've done this for the past like 9 months. Every day I eat 74 grams of carrots. And if I don't, I'll be less confident when I go to sleep, and I'll just have a wet dream because I just feel like my thoughts was like I feel like more goody two shoes and like up in the stars or whatever if I eat 74 grams of carrots. So then freaking now the fruit thing is um I don't know. This. I'm just gonna pretty much tell you what works for me right now. I just eat a whole bunch of fruit until I'm satisfied. I'll eat like about 4 bananas and like a can of applesauce, and I'll drink some orange juice, and maybe I'm eating a plum and like some pears or a pear or something, or mango, a little bit of a mango, some avocado. I don't eat like that much, but I pretty much splurge. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna start doing, but don't do this, like, cause I don't know if it actually works. But like, hear me out on this. Like I'm gonna start just eating enough fruit. See, I got the vegetable part already down. Like, you just gotta eat 74 grams of carrots. That I know that works for me. Now, here's the thing with the fruit. I feel like if I eat just enough fruit to make me feel satiated and I feel satisfied, I feel like that's enough. And what I mean by this, so you got your other foods out of the way, like you can't just eat fruits and vegetables. You can, but you'd have to eat a lot of them to get all your protein levels. But so yeah, you eat some beans. This is what I do. I eat some beans in the morning, so like to get my protein. Maybe I'll eat some noodles. I mean, I don't know. I'm working on like a stricter kind of diet to lose weight and stuff because I'm like getting the muscle or whatever. Um see I'm losing belly fat kind of. I feel like I'm getting skinnier. Like, see how skinny my arms are? Like, I'm doing this thing where I only eat like about 50 grams of like wheat a day, like wheat bread or like wheat noodles, spaghetti noodles. Yeah, I'll eat like only 50 grams. But yeah, you don't have to do that. You could eat a whole, fucking like a whole half a container of pasta. You know those little boxes they come in. You could eat like whole like 3 bowls of spaghetti, and then as long as you just get your fruit and your vegetables in, you're straight. Um, but yeah, I mean, you might want to take that route, and I don't know everything. I still kind of splurge on shit. Like, I'm doing a lot of edibles right now that involve a lot of oil in them because you gotta have a fat to bind them to. So, yeah, like, I kind of do that. And I don't know, I feel like I'd already have abs if I wasn't eating that oil. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So, and yesterday I had a whole bunch of freaking brownies because it was my birthday, or blondies. So, yeah, that's what you gotta do. Now, the last time I had a wet dream, the last time I had a wet dream, this is why I had a last wet dream. Dude, I'm no cap. I'd be on like day freaking probably like about close to 30 right now. This is why I had a wet dream. This is nobody's fault. This is just, it escalated into this because I didn't clean my room. I do clean my room, but something just kind of threw me off a little bit. It was nobody's fault, but like, no, just nobody's fault, really. So, now this is what happened. My sister came in my room, and it's here, and remember this, I sleep on my floor, right? And so she came to my room, and she set a bunch of stuff on the floor, right? She set like this little, like, you know those Easter baskets that you hold like this, and they're usually white, and then they have like a basket on the bottom and you just hold it. She like set a big ass Easter basket in my room filled with a bunch of shit and clothes, and then she had clothes all around it. So I already have stuff in my room, um right, and I've actually had like made this accident before, but then I didn't clean up the clothes and stuff pretty much what happens was, I guess, like, when I'm asleep, I turn a little bit, like I'll move my body or something, or like move over and stuff, and it escalated into me. I woke up and my legs, I was leaning against this pile of clothes. I sleep on my back, right? That's another thing. I always sleep on my back. I used to, when I did the 22 days things, I was sleeping on my side, but I don't know, something about how my body changed, or I don't know, maybe I'm not G enough to sleep on my side anymore. Because, like, I don't know, maybe because I was having so many fucking wet dreams and it was screwing up my brain. I don't know, I just don't know how to sleep on my side anymore. It doesn't work for me. Partially sleeping on my back works, but people say it's best to sleep on your side. It's even risky sleeping on your back because that'll give you wet dreams. But yeah, so now I'm just like sleeping on my back, right? And I fell asleep on this pile of clothes, right? And I've actually had made that accident before where I have stuff all over my floor and it's not clean in my room. And it's like, I have so much stuff when I lay on my floor to sleep, I'll roll over onto this stuff. Like, I don't know, I guess I just roll over. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? Like, why would I just roll over to a pile of clothes? Like, I think, and it's because it's like really cold temperature, so I just kind of feel like, oh, I wake up, like, I just subconsciously rolling onto clothes or something. But yeah, like, but it's weird because I feel like like I squirm, like I'll move my whole blanket, I'll wake up and it's like my head is in a completely different direction, like, or something, like, and my whole blanket setup is moved. So yeah, like I woke up and I was just like, there was nut all over the clothes, like I just like came all over those clothes pretty much. So yeah, and then yeah, and I felt like really beating. I feel like you can pre-cum. Like, say, I don't know, I don't want to tell you all this. Like I feel like if you're just like, I don't know. I was looking at a lot of porn. Like, I was looking at Instagram models. This is like recent. Cause I was like kind of what's it called? I was like, just, yeah, I pre-came 5 times in one day. This is what I was gonna tell y'all, right? So, yeah, now that was my last wet dream. Having fallen over those clothes, because I didn't clean my room after, my sister put it in my room. So it's like, yeah, like, I should have just cleaned my room. Always make sure you have space on your floor. But here's how I pre-came 5 times in one day. So, like, I just screenshot women's faces because I just like their face, like, and then I like crop it, kind of like so it'll be like really small around their face. I just want pictures of their face, right? um and so yeah, I take all their faces. Like, I go to Instagram and I don't know, I've kind of become addicted to doing that. They're like finding new girls' pictures, faces. Like, if I get bored, I just instinctively go to Instagram and like start looking at that shit. But like, I feel like even like edging to Ruby Rose and like the piece of celery, I feel like that made me had a wet dream. I would not suggest doing that because like I feel like because I was like beating my dick and I pre-came kind of after like rubbing the celery up there. So like I was like kind of yeah, I was like, what's it called? I was chilling, right? Like, I was looking at girls' pictures and like I saw this Dominican Republic girl on Instagram that I've always followed since school, cuz I was in her middle school class, and then she followed me into like middle school. Like, it was in we were together. We were in the same school all throughout middle school, and then I think she was there the first year of high school, but then she like moved to New York. But I still follow her. She's like this like Dominican Republican girl. She's like, she has like a nice butt. Like, she looks really attractive, and then like she has like the really like horny looking like curly black hair. And then, so I'm just like thinking, like, I'm going to sleep and I'm thinking about her, and I'm just like thinking about what's it called, like, I'm thinking about her face and like her lips or something. Like I'm just thinking about like having sex with her or something, how awesome it would be or something. And then I'm like really hard, and like the thoughts of her coming into my mind are like so overpowering, and like I'm just like hard as a rock, and like I'm like, oh my goodness, like I can't stop thinking about her. Like even if I think about a Rubik's cube, like her, yeah, if I think about like a zebra with like instead of striped lines, it has like checkerboard patterns, but instead of white and black, it's like rainbow colored checkerboard. Like the thoughts of like the zebra's only 25%. The thought of the Brianna girl is like 75%. It's like really overpowering, and I just want to like kind of just like not think about her, but I can't, and I'm just like my dick is so hard, and then I like start pre-coming, and then like and it was a lot. But then when I woke up the next day, I was still looking at women on Instagram, and then I saw this girl named Angel Maluto, and she was like a girl I used to always jerk off to. I busted nuts to her, so I've gotten pregnant with her in my hand over watching her pictures on my phone. So I just got my hand pregnant, but while I watched her on my phone, kind of. Um, yeah. And then, yeah, I was thinking about her. Like, I was just sitting in the shed right here. Um, and I was thinking about, and meanwhile, I had already pre-came like 4 times this day. Like, just like, look, the other 2 times I pre-came, one was from like 3 times was just for me looking at because it's like when you go and look at these pictures, like you start getting hard, like these Instagram models, you get hard, but then like when you put the phone down and then you pick it back up and then you get hard again, that's usually when the pre-cum comes out. Like then you start to get really hard again, you can kind of feel it starting to come out. But yeah, like so I started to pre-cum like 5 times, and then yeah, like I pre-came like 5 times, like 3 times just like looking at the porn, right? I was looking at the porn, like I was looking at the ass, and I was getting hard, and I was like scrolling through it. Pretty much my objective was just scrolling through my explore page and seeing like some like basic looking like women, but then like when I'd find like these women who have like the really like pretty faces, and like they're really aesthetic and beautiful, and like they might have like a little bit of ass or whatever, and then like I'd go to their page and I'd start getting uncontrollably hard, kind of, and then I'd start pre-coming, and I did that like 3 times, like that little scenario, like just like scrolling around waiting until I found like another, like I'm talking about like these little like, so I saw like this one Mexican girl who had braces, and like she had like the flat stomach, and like one girl who was like um maybe she was like a black girl who had like the curly hair again or something, and she's like has a really beautiful smile, and her butt's like the bubble shaped or whatever. And so yeah, I'm like looking at that and stuff, and I like meanwhile I'm not purposely wanting like pre cum and stuff. I'm just like going in here so I can find really beautiful women's faces so I can screenshot them. But it's kind of getting addictive. Like I just keep on wanting more screenshots of these. Like I'm just doing it for like one reason, and like now it's kind of getting out of hand. Like, but now I can kind of like control it. Like no, I can't control that shit. Like you just start looking at porn and then you start pre-coming. But yeah, so 3 times of it was for me just like looking at porn, and then me finding beautiful women and getting hard, and then I'd pre-cum looking at that, and then I realized how stretchy pre-cum was, and the other time was from when I was thinking about the Brianna girl and how much I wanted to have sex with her, and then like just like thinking about how awesome that would be, and how much the thoughts of her like luscious big lip, her bottom lip, and like her like yeah, it just looks so like pretty, and like her eyes look kind of alright, and then like kind of yeah, and then I pre-came there, and so that's 3 times looking at Instagram models, 4 times from just thinking about one girl that was really hot, and I was probably thinking about her ass, and then I was on the 5th time I was thinking about the Angel Maluto girl, and like I was thinking about like, meanwhile I've pre-came 4 times within the past day, like, cause this is like, or like, yeah, I guess it was pretty much a day because it was like the night before, so it hadn't even been like a whole different day. Like, it was, but it was in the same 24 hours. Like, and I was thinking about like my pre cum, right? And I was thinking about because I was looking at Angel Maluto. I think she was one of the girls I pre came to because she was so hot. Like, I was just like looking at her pictures, and I was thinking about her like pulling like pre cum out of my dick, like, it's like this might be like turning you guys on, like, but and like you might want to click out of it, and you might be getting like really hard right now listening to what I'm saying, or you might not, but like, don't like exit out of the video thinking like you're gonna freaking, I mean, if you're like laying on your stomach and stuff right now, like, I would say that you need to like just lay on your back or something. I'll give y'all a tip before I tell you how this really vulgar way of how I uh pre-came, like in, yeah, and I'll tell, this is me telling you guys how to get rid of an erection. Say you're about to pre-cum, and you feel like you're about to pre-cum and you're really hard. This is how you get the erection to go away. This is what you do. Alright. Alright, so all you gotta do, so you start to get really hard, all you gotta do is touch your toes for about 5 to 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and really stretch out your legs. Like, stretch your knees back as far as they'll go, and drink some cold water, and then your boner will start to go away. Because I know you know what I'm talking about when you're like looking at some Instagram porn, like these really hot women, and then you start to feel like when you're getting really hard, you start to feel like what's it called, if you keep looking, like, you can tell like they're like, they know they're so hot that like they're like, yeah, we have you in a trap where you're so fucking hard that you can't stop being hard, kind of, and like while you're looking at their pictures. So yeah, but that's actually a lie. Maybe I'm just thinking that they think that, but that's kind of how I felt they would think. So then what I would do, I learned, was all you got to do is touch your toes and drink cold water, and then sing. You can probably sing a little bit, and that, like, Mary had a little lamb, and his calf was white as snow. You know, I'm thinking about Chutes and Ladders from Korn. That song snaps, but it is. But yeah, so now I'm gonna tell you all about I was thinking about Angel Maluto, right? And I was thinking about how I kept pre-coming all day, and I at this time I'm pre-coming like 4 times, and I'm realizing how much stretchy pre-cum is. Like, it's so fucking stretchy. Like, if you have like pretty much eventually, like, when you pre-cum, like, or this is pre-cum, like, it, like, a little bead will like come out of the tip of your dick, and it'll be crystal clear, and then you can like touch it and pull it away from your dick, and it looks like if you were to stretch gum, or like, you know, like the New York cheese pizza, like when you like pull it up and it's like stretches down and it's still way down here, like, that's how stretchy it is. Like, you can touch the tip of your dick and then like pull your finger away, like you can go like a couple, like maybe like 4-5 inches away, like, from it, like, and then like it's like kind of, it'll keep stretching out that far. So I'm bringing this up because of like what I was like fantasizing over. Like, I was doing that. Like, I kept pre-coming. I didn't want it to just like dry up on the tip of my dick, so I wanted to like pull it out so it wouldn't just dry up on my dick. So pretty much, I was just thinking about the Angel Maluto girl, and I was thinking about how curly and poofy her hair was, how pretty her face was. She had a nice butt a little bit. You know, she had a nice body. Yeah, she looked really good. I mean, she's an option, you know what I mean? So kind of I was thinking about her, and I was thinking about like what fantasizing over being with her, and then like me being so hard around her that I pre came, and then like she like knew